Hello there. So, if you're wondering why the audio quality might sound a little different, is because I got a new microphone. So, yay! Now let's get to the video. Hello there. So, I watched Martin Scorsese's The Irishman recently, and man, do I have a lot to say about this film. But I gotta warn you, for this video is gonna contain spoilers of the movie. Now, this movie is 3.5 hours long, but I highly encourage you to please watch this film. It's on Netflix. If you decide not to watch this movie, you really are missing out on something. Now, this movie is a masterpiece. But why? Okay, so this film shows us the life of mob hitman Frank Sheeran, played by the legendary Robert De Niro, and how he is friends with gangster Russell Buffalino, played by Joe Pesci, and leader of the Teamster Union Jim Hoffa, played by the great Al Pacino. I mean, De Niro, Pesci, and Al in one movie, and people said Endgame was the most ambitious crossover. Frank is constantly given orders to murder people, and he does so with no questions asked. But he does so in order to earn for his family. Frank brutally kills several people, and yet we still feel for him as he has a family, which grounds him. He has four daughters, and this movie focuses on only one, her name being Peggy. People complained about the underutilization of her character, but to be honest, her silence was more powerful than any more dialogue could support. Joe Pesci plays the mob boss Russell Buffalino, and Joe plays it menacingly enough to make you feel that you do not want to mess with this guy. To Frank, Russell and Hoffa are incredibly important figures in his life. The one thing I like about Al Pacino is his expressive nature. As you can see, he uses his hands a lot to emphasize his point. If you try to talk him out of something, he will talk you back right into it. As Frank continues to work for these gangsters, he slowly started to lose touch with his family. By the end of the film, everyone Frank knew was gone. So, who did he have left? His daughters, but he still was truly alone as he couldn't connect with them anymore. He said that he wanted to protect them, but it sounds shallow. Now, the de aging is slightly noticeable at first, but once I truly got engaged, I forgot about it. I love the style of The Irishman. Its dark and gritty nature is suited to this world. Now, the length can be an understandable issue, but the story really sucks you in, making you forget about the runtime. The chemistry and banter between the characters are thanks to the brilliant performances by our leads. We slowly learn about the characters with dialogue without making it boring. Robert De Niro's performance really sells it here. Later, after he kills Jim Hoffa, yes, that happened, when he calls Jim Hoffa's wife, that feeling when you have to console someone when you yourself need to be consoled was powerful. This shot here indicates how alone Frank feels after he had just killed his friend. He is small and isolated, and that is displayed with great visual beauty. Now, the ending was somehow a little abrupt, but on really thinking about it, it had a deeper thematic meaning, which I found fascinating. That being, here in this shot, Frank is truly alone as it was Christmas time, and he had no one to celebrate Christmas with, as his friends were now dead and his family had lost touch with him. Choices reveal a character's true nature, and Frank has to choose between two of his friends, Russell and Hoffa, and so he chooses Russell over Hoffa and kills him. Later, you see how this choice is eating him up inside, and I like this little detail when just before Frank kills Hoffa, when they hug, Frank hugs him a little longer as a sign of his final goodbye. So, yeah, this is definitely in the long list of Scorsese's masterpieces. Thank you so much for watching.